Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Sabbath. Sabbath came pretty early today, didn't it? Here in Sussex, it came at about 4:37, and so I am providing this video after the Sabbath. But I want to make this brief tonight for one, but I did want to just do this somewhat publicly and just thank everyone. The outpouring of love. I've gotten cards and calls and texts and everything else from so many of you concerned for me because I've been kind of going through this kind of weird condition here, some kind of a virus or something that I've been dealing with. Unfortunately, I'm still dealing with that, but I'm making it. It's just I usually start off a lot stronger in the morning, and then by afternoon I just feel pretty well exhausted. Very, very fatigued, but not a lot of other symptoms to go along with it, thankfully, but I do appreciate your prayers. I'm trying to do what I can to get my health turned around, but like I said, there's not a whole lot of other symptoms, but unfortunately just severe fatigue in the afternoon. So we do plan on being in Chicago for Sabbath services. I can't guarantee anything about the post-feast social, unfortunately, which is going to be taking place, and I always look forward to that. Of course, the kids look forward to that as well, but I don't know that it'd be very wise for me to try to, I just don't want to overdo it. So I'm trying to, still kind of in a rest mode as much as I can to make sure that I don't have any setbacks in that way. So we'll see. I'm going to play it by ear, but I certainly won't make any guarantees at this point of whether or not we'll be at the post-feast social. But it will go on. It will go on, and I'm sure that all things will go well there with or without us. So at any rate, we do plan on being at services. I certainly I continue to pray for me. I appreciate your continued prayers, as well as prayers for all of those that are suffering around the area. As you know, we've had quite a number of people kind of in and out of the hospital and surgeries going on and all kinds of things. So I know you've all been praying for them as well. Please don't forget about praying for them. But I do appreciate your prayers for me, and the rest of the family is doing fantastic, doing very, very well. They've had a good week. It's getting colder, isn't it? And I looked on the extended forecast. It looks like there's some snow on the forecast for next week, and so we'll look for that to come, ready or not, and hopefully everybody's ready to dig out their winter clothes and be ready for that. But otherwise, it's been a pretty beautiful week here. A little bit colder, but I'm not going to make this very, very brief. But I do appreciate your prayers for me, for my family. And I look forward to seeing the brethren there in Chicago for services, and appreciate your continued prayers for me and for all of those others that are suffering around the area. Of course, there's all kinds of things we could be talking about going on in the world. President Obama approved a deployment of another 1,500 troops to Iraq to try and help them and retrain their forces over there. Of course, ISIS and that movement is certainly still wreaking havoc in the Middle East. So many things going on in that area, and of course you would have certainly had to be under a rock to miss that we had another election cycle, a midterm election cycle that we just finally got through, thankfully. And of course the Republicans took over the Senate majority. And so they have both sides of Congress there that they are now have the majority of, and so we're likely to see quite a bit of gridlock for the next couple of years, having a Democratic president and a Republican-controlled Congress. But of course, we know that ultimately what's happening, all these things are just pieces of the puzzle as we see these lines being drawn, and we see all these things happening in the news. We know where it's leading, and thankfully we have that overview of prophecy. we know that Jesus Christ is going to be returning to this earth very, very soon. And we can pray our hearts out for that. God speed that day. May His kingdom come and all of us be prepared for it. And so I hope you're preparing. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I'm sure you're glad to have the pagan Halloween festivities over with. But boy, they don't mess around very long, and they're already putting up decorations for Christmas and all that nonsense. And so we'll have to suffer through that once again. But I hope you all have had a good week, and I hope you're having a great Sabbath. Take care, and we will be seeing you all in the coming weeks. And again, I just want to thank you for your prayers, and I hope you all have a tremendous Sabbath. I love you all. Take care.